hair's a mess. I've had a fucking hairnet on all day.
So
and I don't respect Tamar enough to get a trim before this stuff either.
I don't know. Tamar said he's got a bald patch on his left side, so that's why he wants to sit there.
Look, man, balding.
Oh,
it's like, make sure you only get my left side because on my right side I've got a bald patch.
Nah, man, it's been there for a while. You know, just all of a sudden.
It's getting old. It's getting old.
Kids stress. Levi's pulling it out.
The stress of
Levi clinches him. He's just grabbing a bit.
It's not. It's the stress of getting Project Mbappe up and running.
Yeah.
It's the stress of that.
He's going to be bold like Pep. You know when Pep started the Barca job, he had a full head of hair.
You know what the tagline would be? The stress of making a £300 million player.
It's a last word. It's a last word.
Generational
talent. Hey, retirement plan.
I've lost the love of my life. I've lost my health. Hello, welcome to OverRHeads episode 6. We've got me, Ash, Nick as well, and introducing Tamar. We was going to have Nathan here as well, but he's a proper United fan. He's at home watching them, unlike Twitter fan over here. So
he's got live updates.
So, Tamar, United this season.
Not doing too bad, man. I can't complain. A lot of injuries at the minute, but even still.
You can't talk to us about injuries, man.
yeah, shut up.
Injuries, suspensions.
Get out of here.
Like, we're not doing too bad. Erik Ten Haag's turned it around.
Yeah.
No more Ollie, no more Rangnick.
You mean Ollie at the wheel that you were saying?
Never.
Ollie at the wheel. We can get the proof. We can get the proof of you saying Ollie at the wheel. We can get that proof.
Nah,
Ollie's at the wheel. How many times do you say Ollie at the wheel? Multiple times.
There's receipts.
There's definitely screenshots we can take.
Yeah,
you saying Ollie at the wheel. Definitely.
Erik Ten Hag's in charge, man. Bold, he's cooking something. He's got something for me. Don't worry.
He's cooking well.
He's not Pep bold though. Like Pep is bold through stress.
He's a disciple of Pep. He's a disciple of Pep, man. He was working through
stressed himself to get bold.
Yeah.
This guy's had an easy life.
Yeah.
Ajax is an easy life, man.
Yeah.
But obviously, you're doing well because obviously next weekend you're in the final, cup final with Newcastle. Thoughts?
It's going to be a tough game. Newcastle, best defence in the league at the minute?
But I think Newcastle, if I might be wrong saying this, but I think they'll start to pick a few injuries up now as well. Maybe a few suspensions or something like that.
To concede a few goals and not look as good going forward.
They've drew a lot of games throughout the whole season.
Their midfield is poor, I think. Yeah. When you take Bruno out of their midfield, they're pretty average. I think
Pope, Trippier, Botman, it's a solid defence, man. I think it's going to be a tricky game.
Let's not forget Dan Burn. Come on,
show
him some respect, man. Show him some respect.
7'3" left back.
Show him some respect. Show him some respect. That guy is a baller.
He's all right. But I think good game. Manchester United.
What do you reckon score wise? 2-1 United. You?
Wouldn't be surprised to see it go to extra time.
I think
extra time or penalties or just extra time?
I think it's going to be a 0-0. I feel like just a 0-0. Does that go straight into penalties or is that extra
No, I think
time?
extra time. Sure it is. Yeah.
So I think it'll be a 0-0 with a Rashford goal in extra time. I don't think he'll get to pens, and it'll be like one of those like stupid back. Now that I've bigged him up, Dan Burn will make like a stupid back pass or something like that. But did you watch the game last night?
Yeah, I watched it last night. Yeah. Arsenal City.
Yeah.
Tommy
Asu's back pass.
It was a nice little finish from De Bruyne, but
even Grealish's finish was nice to be fair.
Arsenal were just poor defensively.
Before you got here, I was talking. It's like De Bruyne. You know, he was shit last night. He wasn't himself, but somehow still got man of the match.
You see all the fans throwing bottles and stuff.
Yeah.
Bottles of Prime.
KSI. KSI somewhere rubbing his hands with that promotion.
But I think this is as a Liverpool fan, this is exactly what happens to us every year, where we'll have a bit of a lead or something like that, and then Man City won't lose a game.
Man City just as soon as they get their teeth into something, they don't stop. They're relentless.
Yeah, the only place they don't do that is the Champions League.
Yeah. If they could translate this form to the Champions League, they'd have had like two at least already.
I think Pep would still trade it. I think if he could give this league away and then take a Champions League home instead,
100%.
he'd give it away. Right? He'd sell it to you now, but. Yeah, I think City just looks strong, and I think Arsenal haven't looked particularly good after the World Cup either.
I mean, what are your thoughts? We've been over this, but what are your thoughts on the rest of the season? Like top 4, bottom three, who's going to win it?
Man City to win it, Arsenal to finish second, United to finish third, but it'll be close. It'll be close between all three teams. But I do think Man City will go on a bit of a tear and just like pull away. But I do think it'll still be close. Fourth, Newcastle just.
Yeah. Do you think United will close the gap more?
Yeah, I think it won't be like how it's been in previous years where it's been like double digits.
So it'll be
behind.
3 or 4 points.
I think we'll be within 5 to 8 points. Which is an improvement.
Yeah. Bottom three. Leeds, Southampton, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
But I do think Nottingham Forest can slip back down.
I think Forest has just got just a little bit too much talent. I think that's like Gibbs White and Brennan Johnson actually are really good.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
And I was cussing Gibbs White for the longest, man. I think in the group chat, like I put when he signed, it was like what 35 million or
40
something.
million. That's still a lot of money.
I don't think he's that good, but he has kind of. If they stay up, then he is that good. So it's one of them. Like, but I don't know, man. I think the only thing that I disagree with you there is I obviously think Liverpool will finish top 4. If we beat Newcastle, we've got a game in hand. We're only 3 points behind fourth. Then
true.
And we know Liverpool can go on a run, and Newcastle, like we just said, like it feels like the wheels are falling off a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's just because they've got a championship midfield. Apart from Bruno, their midfield is championship. Yeah. And I think that's what that hurts them a lot. Yeah. But
you're playing like a championship side at the minute, though. Liverpool.
That's the other.
Trent's got like 1 assist all season.
2 now.
Fabinho's.
Oh no, he got stripped off him, didn't it?
Did it really?
Yeah, because it took a deflection. So
Fabinho's turned into a typical Brazilian. He's faded at 29.
This guy, man.
Henderson's just there barking orders with his massive jaw. That's Henderson.
I can't argue with you. Harvey Elliott's whack. Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones. Not good enough.
Cody Gakpo looking like Joe Matip up front.
To be fair,
he escaped the 007 allegations. So round of applause for Cody Gakpo.
You know what? This fucking thing. I don't know what else. I was sitting here and then my phone's going off. So I looked here. I seen the group chat. I thought these two are arguing about fucking something. It's so I don't know what. So I looked here and I thought, for fuck's sake, like come on. Just like you're both 007s.
Nah, I think the thing with Gakpo is I don't think, firstly, he knows what his best position is, and then Klopp's just adamant that he's going to play at striker. And I think the thing that we saw against Everton, which was, I said in the group chat that I don't actually believe in him. I don't really rate him. But the thing that I saw against Everton, which I know that Everton are like in the relegation scrap or whatever, so it's hard to judge a performance there yet. But the thing that I saw with Gakpo there was that he played like Firmino. Like he just did the dog work, and like he kept the ball, didn't really give it away, and he created a lot of space for other players. Like even Salah's goal, like he was on the back post to tap it away. How many times have we seen Firmino just ready to tap it away with Salah or Mane weren't there or whatever? So I think that's what he's been brought in to do, is to replace Firmino long term. Yeah. But
for me,
we're yet to see. I don't think he's not a natural man. He's not a natural man.
This is why I didn't want him to come to United. I would have taken him as a backup option to Rashford on the left wing. But as a striker, no.
He's not a natural
man.
But he's got the height and the physicality for it. But
whether
or not the rest of it will come.
Dribble.
Yeah.
He wants
he's pretty good at dribbling, to be fair. He doesn't really lose the ball. He's quite technical, but
you can't dribble in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and you can't dribble in between the lines if you're not Brazilian, really. So I think that is something missing there. But
while you're on talk of dribbling, I want to ask you something. What are your thoughts on Anthony with his twisting and turning 360s? Is he just pissing you off with his show?
No. It doesn't bother me, to be fair.
Do you think he's not doing enough?
He's been very disappointed.
Yeah,
he's been very disappointed.
For 100 million or whatever it was.
He's
it's been poor, man.
He's like Sancho. I love Sancho, but Sancho's disappointed me.
Can you remember during the Euros when he got gassed when Sancho saved it from going over the line for a throw-in?
Sancho won a throw-in.
This guy.
I can't wait till he does this tonight, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, Anthony.
Expected
throw-ins. I think he gives us a nice balance with the team. For a long time, we've not had a natural right winger on that side.
It's because he's left-footed on the right side.
Yeah, left-footed on the right-hand side. it gives us a nice balance. Plus, he works hard. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, the output's not there, but he works hard. He tracks back, he defends, and
We can say that about
when
our
he
players,
goes off,
you
goes off, you see the whole shape of the team changes when he goes off.
You just want him to probably do more.
Yeah, his output is not great.
Do you think Garnacho's the long-term solution?
But they're different players. Anthony's on the right, Garnacho's on the left.
Yeah, but like, do you not think that Garnacho can play on that side?
Not on the right. No.
So you're just a team full of left wingers, essentially.
Yeah, Rashford, Sancho. I prefer Sancho on the right because again, it's about balance. But he can't go past.
But you're doing that typical United fan thing where Rashford can't play on the right, and we saw him play on the right for England, and he was good.
Yeah, but
Southgate.
that was like an
But he's
impact
got-
sub.
but I
That's an
guess-
impact sub against tired
And I
legs.
guess he has got
Start to finish, Rashford can't play on the right.
he has got Kane up front, and obviously like.
And
that's-
to be
that's
fair,
a big-
would you, as a United fan, would you really want Rashford playing on the right when he can cut in and he's got that great shot on him?
Oh, you
Me
can't
personally-
you can't argue with it this year because he's got the numbers to back it up this year.
Well,
so
it's like we'll discuss it now. Rashford, since coming back from the World Cup, is a completely new player.
To be fair, he was good before the World Cup.
Yeah, but
he's actually just
definitely
he's
improved more.
stopped
Improved way
99
more.
shot power in it.
It's been Rashford for me, like me personally, I think at their best Martial's better technically. It's a more technically well-rounded player. But Rashford, he's again output. Rashford's just gonna get you goals.
It's efficiency, isn't it?
But I think his overall level of play, like if you actually just watch Rashford play, he runs down alleyways, like he just runs into people, head down. He used to head the ball with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
Like for me, so like he's not a natural number 9. Like he's not gonna get the ball and like dribble in that place. He needs space in behind to run onto the ball and be effective. But this season, there's no doubt that he's stepped his game up to another level.
Do you think you've improved and got better with Ronaldo leaving? Do you think he was a big issue at United? Some fans said he wasn't, some fans said he has. What's your opinion on Ronaldo going leaving?
Yeah, the team's better. You can see that.
If you see it's
The
better,
team's
do you think he was screwing up the dressing room?
I think there were multiple people screwing up the dressing room. I think there've been people screwing up that dressing room for years.
Well, yeah.
Pogba,
But do you think he was a big part, the ego and stuff like that?
I don't think Ronaldo's got ego, you know. I think that's a media narrative. I'll be completely honest, because imagine you're a youngster going into training and you see the work ethic Ronaldo still has to this day. He's still the first one in training, still the last one out, and he trains despite of whatever's going on in the media, he still trains hard.
Yeah.
And in the season that that he ultimately ended up being his last season, he was still like Premier League third top goal scorer.
Yeah, exactly.
So
the season before last, last season? You got 17, 18 goals.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
I think it's very hard.
37 years
I just think he was an easy scapegoat because he was the one
because
you could
because
get
he's
rid of.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Because he's Ronaldo. But at the same, the team is more fluid now. I would say, like Haaland going to Man City, they've been great, but they haven't been as fluid as they've been in the past.
This is what I was saying last week, wasn't it?
I still won't say when you said they're shit or they're.
I think they're worse off with Haaland.
Yeah,
I said they're worse off with Haaland.
You said that. I don't like. Yes, they've not been what they are, but what we were saying is like if it wasn't for Arsenal doing good this season, I still think Man City would be running away with it.
Yeah, but that's only for the lack of another title challenger, don't it?
Holland is bagging in these goals. He's doing it for them.
The points tally that they're on at this same point in the season is still less. Their goals scored is roughly the same. So he's not added goals. He's just because they got rid of Jesus and Sterling. That's taken like 25, 30 goals out there anyway. So he's not actually added any.
I mean,
any
Sterling's
goals.
done nothing, and Jesus has been injured for how long now?
Yeah,
He was good. Well, I say he was being good. I think he was overrated. To be honest with you, up until the World Cup.
Jesus.
I
think
Nketiah's actually a better striker.
people were gassing him up.
He
People were
is.
gassing him up, and he had the same amount of goals as Darwin Núñez.
I think we've all said that he was overrated at some point, but
he was good for Arsenal when he was playing.
I think the Sterling thing to Chelsea, that stank for me from the first moment that it was even rumoured, because you could tell. Firstly, Sterling didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Why would he want to leave? I don't think Chelsea was his first choice. Yeah. I think if it was up to him, he would have gone to Arsenal or come back to Liverpool. Yeah. And I think like either one of them moves would have suited him better. Yeah. But he wouldn't work at Liverpool, not in a Klopp system anyway. Debatable because we've like obviously used Darwin and whoever else out there now. But and again, like he wouldn't work for Arsenal because there's not that same type of player like what Martinelli provides on the left hand side, and now what Trossard provides on that left hand side is
and
completely
Arsenal play a
different.
possession based game. Like
Yeah,
Sterling,
yeah.
even for City, Sterling was like Pep likes his wingers wide. Sterling was like out wide left, and it's like get yourself in the box and be ready for a chance to score rather than getting yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And like
involved
you see Saka and Martinelli, they drive with the ball a lot, whereas like Sterling, there's that clip from Guardiola as well where he's showing him like put your back against the defender, play a 1-2 and go, and that's what Sterling was sick at, and that for that reason it wouldn't have worked. So I can understand why Arteta didn't want him, but yeah, man, I'm a bit disappointed by Sterling though, because I did kind of expect him to turn things for Chelsea, but again he's been in and out of the team injured and whatnot.
It's nothing. It's barely how many games has he actually played since he's gone there? Barely, isn't it?
A handful, yeah. It might not even be double digits.
No, it might literally just be a handful.
But back to the Ronaldo question though, I think the team's playing better, but I don't think what he said was wrong when he left.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah,
nothing's changed. Kitchen's still the same.
I mean, the thing
Chefs
is
are
though,
still chefing with the same pots.
I mean,
man.
I've been off to United a few times. I've took you because you've been away with me, and you actually look at the ground, it is falling apart.
It's terrible.
It is falling apart. It needs.
I went on a stadium tour back in uni, and they had buckets all along the concourses because there was leaks.
There was a video that went around during COVID as well. There's no fans in, and there was just a massive leak in the.
It does. It needs. New owners do come in, they need to focus on the actual ground and redo it. Like just like a touch of paint will liven it up.
I think that's the issue that United fans have got with the Glazers is that in it. Yeah. Like it's because they have spent a lot of money on the actual squad and managers and all this stuff, but it's the development of the actual club. Yeah. So like you're not putting any money into the stadium, you've not put money into the training ground and the facilities there.
And it's not even just the men's team, like the women's team as well. There's no money being pumped into the women's team.
Yeah, you need it.
And I think with Ronaldo, everything he said was correct. The only thing I didn't agree with him was the attack on the manager. Yeah, it's like he's a new manager. He's come in.
That's fair.
Had a couple of bad games to start with, like with the Brentford loss and that. But actually, when Ronaldo made those comments, he probably made those comments like way before. But when it was released, the team was doing well.
Was off,
and I think
the thing is, I mean, when he come in, it's a new step for him. He's playing in the Prem. Yeah. It's hard. He's got to adjust. He's probably going to lose your first few games, which you did. But then you did generally bounce on, and you sit third now.
And I think what made it worse as well, I think when he released that interview with Piers Morgan, we just won a game. Alejandro Garnacho, I think, scored the goal to win, or he scored a goal in the game. And obviously, he's a huge Ronaldo fan. So for him, like having Ronaldo there on his team, seeing that moment, winning a big game, and then for Ronaldo to come and put that interview out and take the whole attention away, took the limelight away from Garnacho. Yeah. That wasn't a great move.
I think the thing I didn't really like about that interview was what he said about Rangnick. Like he was like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
Like, and I was like,
Rangnick's not a manager. Yeah. He's not a manager. He's a developer of football.
Yeah, I understand. I do get Ronaldo's perspective that they did bring in a guy that's not a manager to manage the team, but I think that was disrespectful. Yeah, because
he was just there to do a 6-month job.
Yeah, exactly.
Erik come in. That was it. The whole point of him coming in was stay there for 6 months, keep it going. Until Erik until you sign someone, and that's his whole job. That's what he did.
What didn't help Rangnick is when he came in, very quickly he realised how shit the club was, and was like, you need like 10 players.
All of the stuff he said was right.
Exactly, and we did almost bring in like 10 new players. I think Casemiro, Sabitzer, Martinez, Anthony, Weghorst. We have signed a lot of players, so. You got to think as well, Rangnick inherited the worst Manchester United team in Premier League history.
Yeah,
we were terrible.
It took over Ali at the wheel.
Terrible.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
That muck sauce midfield. Don't
get me started on McTominay. The McTominay's face just pisses me off.
Full heritage.
I just
looking at you.
I just want to say.
And do you know who I blame for McTominay? Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho brought him in. Jose Mourinho created his own award. Manager's award to give to McTominay. I swear that I don't think anyone's ever won that award since. Mourinho just created that award for McTominay. That was his love child, man, with someone. I swear that. Can't stand
It's because
him.
do you know what he went into the academy and is like, which one of these dons looks like Matic? Because he brought Matic with him to United
And
as
then
well,
you got
didn't he?
Sir
Like,
Alex with him pushing the McTominay bloody bandwagon as well.
because he was Scottish, yeah.
McTominay's about as Scottish as me. Yeah, look at me. I'm not Scottish.
I do just want to say for people who watch on YouTube, Tamar is sitting here in Leicester kit because he works at Leicester. I mean, he has been to more Leicester games than United games, so it is questionable if he is a United fan. And like I said at the start, he is a Twitter fan, so you know. He's a apparently United
your
fan.
CV is not sharp, man.
Yeah, it's questionable.
You need to delete your LinkedIn.
But I think why, because obviously after the cup, the game is Liverpool United. So I want to start off with your predictions for that. Where like who you think's going to win that? Where you're going to go?
See, I'm of the perspective that I do think we're on the verge of a run, and I think that United game will be a tipping point in our season. I think if we go there and grab a draw or something like that, we'll probably mellow out the rest of the season, and it will just become a bit of a boring season for us. I think if we go there and win convincingly, which
it's at Liverpool.
Yeah,
you're home turf, yeah.
Yeah, so if we go into that game then and win it convincingly, I think that can really flip the switch for us. Luis Diaz is obviously like back in training as well. Jota's back, Firmino's back, Van Dijk's back. Thiago's out for like a month. But to be honest, I think like what we're missing in the midfield is a bit of an engine, and I think we do lose that a little bit with Thiago because he's a possession based.
I said it when you signed him. I said as great as he is, and I personally think he's one of the
most techy
visually.
players.
Visually, he's one of the best midfielders to look at when he plays.
Love to watch him play.
Yeah, I just love to watch him play. I don't care what team he's playing for, but he hasn't got that engine to play in a Klopp style.
Yeah, I think
Mason Mount would be better for you than.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that the thing that Klopp tried to do, which I think failed, which is something that's not really widely talked about, is that we tried to move to become a possession-based team, which because it did obviously when you're winning a lot, you do tend to get a lot more possession, and it was very noticeable compared to like when Klopp took over. We didn't have a lot of possession, so we could play this like fast gen press football where we press them and then break fast and score a lot of goals. But then it became like every team in the Premier League played five at the back against us. Everyone, apart from Man City. I think Man City were the only ones that didn't ever play five at the back against us. Even like Chelsea, everyone would play five at the back. So naturally, you're going to have more of the ball because there's five defenders on you. They're missing a midfielder. And there's only one striker at the so like we get a lot of possession at the back. That's where Van Dijk obviously comes into his element. That's where Trent and Robertson come into their element because they've got more time to do these things. And I think what the mistake that Klopp made when we got rid of Gini is we didn't replace him with another Gini-esque player. We tried to turn it into, okay, we're going to see more of the ball. Let's try and move the ball a bit better. When realistically, we should have had it as, okay, even if we're not going to get the ball, sometimes you have to lose possession to win possession. Yeah. And especially higher up the pitch. And I think that's what we miss. And obviously, that's the gap that Mane's left as well, is that we're not winning the ball high up the pitch anymore. Yeah. So even when we do win the ball back, we win it back in our half, and we don't know how to get that to Salah. So then Salah looks isolated because we can't get the ball over to him fast enough. Yeah. I think Harvey Elliott creates a problem for Trent, where he doesn't get that cover. So
Henderson is essentially your right back.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And I think when Elliott plays on that right hand side, I think we're shit. Because Trent can't perform, and that's when Trent gets exposed. Yeah. Because like any right back would, if you're being told to go up there and then come back, it's long. Yeah. It's long. And I get that there is some lazy defending from him, whatever. I'm not defending him. I don't think he's a great defender. But Henderson covered him for all his time, and that's what worked. And we tried to change the full identity of the team rather than just replace individuals and keep it moving and keep it ticking. But I think we kind of have found a better balance again. So I personally, going back to what my prediction is for the game, I think if we win it, which is if I was gonna place a bet on it, I'd bet 2-1 Liverpool, and I think you lot will go 1-0 up. I think that's a career.
In the last 3 years, though, the games.
I've got the last.
Haven't been.
I've got the last 5 results.
The
last 5 results are here. So you had 4-2 to Liverpool. The one you got the 5-0 when you got someone sent off and you said I'm waiting for Rashford's PR Twitter statement.
That's the one where Salah rinsed your whole defence. Did you see Adeyemi's goal yesterday? The same goal. It was the same goal.
And then after that was 4-0, 4-0 to Liverpool, and then 4-0 to United, and then this season 2-1 United. Yeah. So the last 5 results have been more in Liverpool's favour.
I think form is out the window.
Form is gone, but
especially for Liverpool, I don't think form means anything.
I think for United though, obviously with the World Cup being November to December, our schedule has completely messed up. Obviously, when the Queen died, we had a lot of games rescheduled. So we played Leeds twice recently. We played Barcelona tonight. Yeah, we lost.
No, you drew a lead and then you beat Leeds.
Yeah.
But again, that's a tight schedule. We're playing Barcelona tonight, playing Newcastle, and then we play Liverpool.
Yeah, but it's similar to our schedule as well.
We've got injuries.
Yeah,
we've got Newcastle, Real Madrid, you lot, Real Madrid again, and then I think we've got Man City later on.
We've had a lot of games. Since we've come back after Christmas, we've had a lot of games. It's a tight schedule.
Well, I mean, you're still in all 4 competitions as well, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly. There's that as well.
But
I think in terms of the prediction, I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, 1-1.
How are you?
I'm going 2-1, and I think my prediction for the game will be we'll go 1-0 down, and that will be our career.
You've got to say career end.
That'll be our season changer. Will be to flip the game on its head and to get that momentum going. I think that's what will happen.
If Shaw and Rashford are on it, Trent's gonna have a hard time. He will. Look, listen.
I can't disagree.
Rashford cooks Trent almost every time they play, and Trent. Remember that game a few years ago? I think it was the 17, 18 season.
Against us, man.
Trent calls it the Rashford game. He's like, oh yeah, that Rashford game, because Rashford cooked him.
Yeah.
Ran down the left wing, chopped inside, bang.
Who do you think?
Second goal of that game, same move.
Who do you think your right back will be? Because Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka, I think. Dalot's been a bit choppy since the World
Cup. I know that Wan-Bissaka's he is obviously quite good defensively and whatever, but do you not think he'll get cooked by Darwin or Diaz?
At the back post, if Nunes is playing left wing,
just for raw pace as well.
Yeah. I mean, Wan-Bissaka's quick. And he has this knack of being able to get.
He's
back.
got that weird spider tackle in it.
He's got that really, long gangly legs. He just get a foot in somehow.
It's like Zaha was saying about him. That tackle that he made on Zaha. Zaha was like, as soon as I saw it was Aaron, it was
I think with Wan-Bissaka, he doesn't look good on the ball, so people think he's worse than he actually is. But he's a great tackler, and I think
he's a good defender. But he's got nothing else about his game, in my opinion.
If you're looking at the right backs, in the league, Walker, maybe not Walker actually, but Trent, Reece James, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. If you're just asking a guy to just play for your life, one game, you might go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, because Reece James gets exposed in the back
to defend.
Just to defend. Just to shut somebody down.
I'd go Trippier. If we're talking just English players, then I'd go Trippier.
I don't know. I'm going with Wan-Bissaka. Just to shut somebody down. Just 90 minutes.
James Milner.
Murder people. James Milner almost had a heart attack. Who did you play?
Mudryk.
Mudryk. Yeah, but Mudryk debut. Milner had to come off, man. Milner was gasping for him. This guy was crazy.
He's the same age as Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So to be fair, since then, since Mudryk played against him, Mudryk's looked shit.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, he has.
I do believe out of Wan-Bissaka, Reece James, Trent, if you're just, or even just out of Wan-Bissaka and Trent, if you're just asking the guy just for a 90-minute football match, just to defend and shut somebody down. So you're saying
if let's say Liverpool make it to a Champions League final this year and Wan-Bissaka was in our squad, you'd start Wan-Bissaka in the final.
Let's say it's against Mbappe. Yeah,
you've lost your mind.
Listen, it's the reason why Kyle Walker played and not Trippier.
How many goals has Mbappe scored against Liverpool?
But
Trent played every one of them.
But listen, it's the reason why Kyle Walker played in the World Cup. His job was just to shut him down.
But that's the Southgate's a different issue though. I think I understand where you're coming from, but it's the same reason that Pep lost that Champions League final. Because he started Foden, that striker or whatever. It's just overthinking it for no reason. You play your best 11, and in anyone, you've said this previously as well. Trent's the best right back in the world.
When he's at his best.
When he's at his best, he's the best right back in the world. And I don't think you can argue with that. I don't think Wan-Bissaka is even in that conversation.
No, I don't think so.
This brings me perfectly to this. I want you to save this argument for a minute. I want you to make a team, a standard 4-4-2 formation. You pick your goalkeeper. So current this season's United squad and Liverpool squad this season.
This form, current season.
This has to be players.
I'll be honest with
first team players this season only.
A Liverpool defender doesn't get in the team if we're being realistic.
You lost your mind.
Five Liverpool players, 5 United players. I'm guessing you're both going to pick goalkeeper Alisson.
Outfield players then. So what? 5 outfield players.
So wait. Goalkeeper you can pick between Gea or Alisson.
And then the rest.
I got a feeling you're both
just anyone.
And then it's just 5 United and 5 Liverpool.
I'd go with Alisson.
Alisson is a better keeper than.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But the guy's got a lot of clean sheets this season.
Yeah, but he's also got wrists made of what's-its. So like.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with Alisson.
So you both Alisson, and then literally 5 Liverpool and 5 United in a 4-4-2 formation.
See, the 4-4-2 makes it hard because
that's why I picked 4-4-2. That's why I picked 4-4-2.
Can't put Weghorst.
That's why I picked 4-4-2 because then you two can argue it out.
I think in a 4-3-3.
No. 4-4-2. Look, yeah. I said 4-4-2, so it's 4-4-2.
No one's got two that.
We both play 4-3-3 though.
No, but this is why it makes it more interesting because you two can argue it out about a 4-4-2.
Well, left back would be Shaw, man.
Shaw's been very good this season.
You
can't even doubt it.
Yeah,
from the World Cup, he's been good.
I'll give you that. I think
Martinez.
So this is noted down.
Alright, so we have to have 5 of each, yeah? So we've
5
got
of each. So
Alisson don't count.
So Alisson don't count. Goalkeeper don't count. Don't work.
No.
I'm going.
Let him write it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Shaw at left back then. Yeah.
Shaw at left back. So I've got some ink coming out.
If we're being realistic, yeah.
Shaw, Martin.
If we're being realistic,
I'll agree.
before the World Cup, Dalla was one of the best right backs in the league, and really, no Liverpool defender should get into this team. If we're being realistic, he shouldn't.
Konate not in the conversation. I think
overall form, it's not been great.
When's he made a mistake? Are we talking just Prem games, or are we talking Champions League?
Just season. Your team's this whole season.
Konate's been good in the Champions League
the whole season, but it has to be first team players.
Has he been better than
from the
Varane?
season?
Yeah.
The impact Varane and Martinez have had on that United.
When Konate played for France, even for France, like that's this season technically. When Konate played for France, France were a better side.
Yeah, but listen, we played Maguire and Martinez at the start of the season. Yeah, got smoked. Varane came back into the team, and we've been a different.
No, but you also got Casemiro in at the time as well.
Yeah,
Casemiro gets in this team.
Casemiro gets in the team.
But
let me put Martinez. Shaw, Martinez.
I'll make a case for Konate because I genuinely think he might be better than all of your other defenders.
Nah, that's going too far. That's going too far.
All your other centre halves.
That's going too
this
far.
season.
He's not been better than
Van Dijk's been twerking all season, so I'm not having it.
Konate is not
Gomez
been better.
is twerking this season. Gomez is twerking the most. Right, so he's not getting in. Matip's been a bit erratic this year. So Konate's the only one I'll argue, and I'll argue that he's been better.
He's not been better than Varane.
If
not this season.
We've only seen Konate and Van Dijk play together once this season. So if we see them two play together a bit more, we will see that they're both world class. Then they're both absolutely solid.
I agree Konate is world class, but this season he's not been better than Varane and Martinez. But at the same time,
from what you've seen,
but then we've only got 5 of each pick.
Yeah.
So then
I don't want to.
You're gonna have to sacrifice something up front then if you're gonna argue this.
Okay, I'll give you Konate then.
Go on, drop it.
Varane's better though. Champions League Varane.
Swings and roundabouts.
Champions League Varane.
He doesn't fucking play Europa League, man.
Champions League Varane.
Champions League nothing. Champions League nothing, man.
You don't get that title for nothing.
He's at the Nou Camp doing what?
This is what I wanted.
He's at the Nou Camp on a Thursday.
This is what I wanted.
My team are at home chilling today.
Right back.
I might have to agree with Dallo because he has been good. Wan-Bissaka's been good.
Dallo was good up until the World Cup. Got a couple of injuries.
Trent's been better since the World Cup. Trent's actually been solid defensively since the World Cup.
I think overall this season I'm going to have to go Dallo.
3 picks out of your 5 though. That's all I'm going to say.
And you did say earlier, Trent, you take Trent.
Trent's world
class.
When he's on top form. The way that
you did say that.
Okay,
earlier.
let's go Trent.
You got to think about the
rest of the team here. I think.
Remember, you only got 5 players.
I think Rashford on the left. I think there's no arguments there left mid.
But My issue with this formation is the strikers.
No, I don't care. This is it's 4-4-2.
They've
Yeah.
got a striker on loan from Burnley. That's all they've got. That's all that you can argue
that's
for.
right,
So it's
that's-
going to be 2 Liverpool strikers no matter what.
Well, that's his own fault,
I'm
isn't
just
it?
trying to think. Let's go from right. Let's go from right to left. Salah, obviously.
yeah.
Gets
But Salah's not had a great year.
no.
But there's no one better.
Casemiro, 100%.
Casemiro's in. Yeah. That only leaves you with one more pick, though, innit? Or two more.
So one.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So 2 more. Yeah.
So
So
two more.
stick Rashford on the left then.
I think you've got to have Rashford in the team.
But I'm tempted to go.
Or would
one,
you?
two- I'm tempted
Would
to
you not
go.
say Rashford at striker?
I'm tempted to go Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno on the left wing.
No Rashford in the whole team.
1, 2,
Ooh.
3, 4.
I would have Rashford.
Ah.
You've got to have Rashford in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, you gotta
You've
have
got
Rashford
to.
in
I don't think Bruno makes this team.
No.
Bruno's been good, but he's not been better than Eriksen.
But
You can't got Bruno.
okay,
in
so
there.
are you happy to
I'd be happy
Eriksen?
to put Eriksen in
Okay,
there. Yeah,
let's put Eriksen.
100%. Our midfield's been dog shit this year. The only argument I'd have for midfield is Bajcetic. He's been fucking sick, but he's only played like 3
Yeah,
games.
he's
So
only played a few games.
yeah, like so. But he's been absolutely quality since he's come in.
Okay, and left wing Rashford.
Unless you want to put him at striker and put Liverpool have got left wingers, so we've got Darwin, Diaz. Diaz has only played a few though.
I'd put Rashford up top.
Yeah, but then who's the other striker?
Darwin, it has to be Darwin, man. It's got
But
to
then
be.
who's left wing then? This is why I say
This
Bruno.
is yeah, but then you can't
Oh,
have
yeah,
Rashford.
but then-
You can't
No,
have Rashford.
Rashford.
You see,
You
I
can't.
should have just had Dalot. If I'd had Dalot, I could have had Eriksen, Bruno, and Rashford.
Yeah, but then who are you going to drop? You've not got enough.
I'd
you've not got enough
drop
spots.
Trent for Dalot. This
Yep.
season, Dalot has been better.
Yeah,
than
no,
Trent.
I understand. The game is 5 each, innit? So if it's 5 each and you can't have all of them, you can't have 8 players if you only
But
got 5.
he's a United fan. He wants to have more.
I-
isn't he? He wants to
don't
have
get me
more.
wrong, I'm not arguing it.
He wants to
I'm
have
not
more.
arguing it because United have been better than Liverpool this season, so
Yeah.
I'm not arguing it.
This is why I wanted to do this to create this.
I think if we're talking about like just both of our squads taking form out of it, I don't think there's probably only Casemiro that gets in the whole team. Casemiro and Rashford are probably the only two. If we're talking not talking just this season, I don't think there's a United defender that gets in. Maybe Varane.
Varane gets it.
Yeah.
100%. All day, every day.
Varane, Van Dijk.
Varane, Van Dijk, yeah.
Yeah, but that's a different game.
Okay, yeah. Overall careers, yeah. Varane's the only player that gets in that defence.
Yeah,
That back five.
yeah. And in the midfield, Casemiro's the only one that gets in the
Casemiro
midfield.
gets
I
in.
think.
I'm taking Bruno over Henderson.
No chance. Henderson's won everything
Yeah, but he's not.
as a captain. He's
No,
won
no,
everything.
no. This
Bruno's
season.
Bruno's got no.
Season.
Bruno's your captain and he's won nothing.
We're going on this
He's a
season.
better football player.
No, we're just talking in general.
Oh,
He's a
yeah,
better
yeah,
football
okay,
player.
yeah.
Technically, yeah, but he's not a better captain.
No.
This is the leader of your club. If you had to give the captain's band to anyone in that team, you'd put Henderson in that team 100%. There's no argument.
Okay, then who's left wing in this team?
I'd say Luis Diaz personally, just because we're running out of options. And when he has played, he's been fucking sick.
Okay, then. So then Rashford up top.
Rashford, we have to have a Liverpool striker, so it's got to be Darwin, and he's the only one that's played. Well, no, actually, no. To be fair, Firmino's got he's our top goal scorer this season, so that's.
Yeah, but Firmino's not been good, though.
Firmino has been good when he's played. Firmino's got 9 prem goals or some shit. Like it might be 7 actually, but
Okay, let's go Firmino then.
So what you got? It's the whole team.
4-4-2. Alisson, Trent, Konate, questionable. Martinez, Shaw, Salah, Casemiro, Eriksen, Diaz. Firmino, again questionable. Rashford up top.
Firmino's questionable for what though? For
Just
who?
okay. He's come in and got them goals, but he's not been a first team regular.
He has been the first team regular.
Start to now.
He's been injured. He's not played. That's why he's not played. He has been the first team. But yes, he's played because of injuries, because Jota was out and Diaz was out and all that. But he's come in and done the job.
Yeah.
If we were saying the same about Weghorst, if Weghorst came in and scored, he had 5 and 5, we'd be itching to put him in there. And it's basically what Firmino did. Firmino came in, scored I think he scored 7 in 9 games.
Okay,
But granted, I think he scored a hat trick against Bournemouth when we beat him 9-0.
Yeah, that's a team.
So that's actually team going for.
Yeah.
We'll put that on YouTube. For the,
we'll put that on the screen.
For
But that's a disgraceful formation, man. This is not.
This is why I want it.
This is not 2000.
Okay, alright. Fine, right. We've got this one. We'll keep this one. Do your fucking formation.
In a
Let's go,
4-3-3,
let's go.
I think we dropped Diaz.
Do
I think
4-3-3
we dropped
then.
Diaz in a 4-3-3.
Twist that around. Do 4-3-3.
Okay, Alisson,
Yeah. I think the back four stays the same.
Trent, Konate.
You fucking nonsense.
I think it stays the same.
Martinez,
I think Diaz drops out. I think he's the one that.
Shaw. Right, Casemiro.
Yeah,
Tank. Best
What?
player for Manchester United, without a shadow of a doubt.
I agree.
Right midfield.
Ericsson.
Left midfield.
We need a Liverpool player. We need a Liverpool midfielder. That's the only thing that costs us now.
He only sees you.
Unless, no, actually, they still don't work because it's just because there's a 5-5 thing in it. Bajcetic, I'd genuinely put my hands on Bajcetic. He's had 4 games and he's had 4 like 8 out of 10 performances. I'd say.
Nah, he can't get in this team, man.
Over who?
Let
It
me
has
go-
to be a
let me-
Liverpool midfielder.
Let
though.
me go Salah, yeah? Salah up top, who's going striker? Well,
Okay,
we know Rashford's going left wing.
It's got to have to be Firmino. You need 2 Liverpool players still. It's still got to be Firmino up front. It has got to be a Liverpool midfielder. It's not gonna be Thiago. It's not gonna be Fabinho. Not gonna be Henderson.
I would put Thiago in there.
Has Thiago had a good year?
Not by his standards, but he's a better football player.
But
Than
we're talking
anyone.
about this season. He is a better footballer than.
He's a better midfielder than any of
But
these
if we're talking
midfielders
on
in
just
there.
who's having a good season, Bajcetic is having a 6th season.
Yeah, but then you just said we can't have Weghorst in here if he was to come in and score 5.
Yeah, but Weghorst has not done that. That's why he's not in the team.
I don't even know how to spell this down his name, man. I'm gonna put him in the team. I don't know how to spell his name.
Yeah, we'll put it on this. We'll put it on the screen. But
I
like,
just call him
Stefan.
Bob, man.
Stefan's his first
What are you
name.
calling him? Bob.
Bob.
Bob. So you're the 4-3-3. What you gone for there?
Yeah.
We've gone for Alisson, Trent, Konate, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro at 6, Ericsson, Bajcetic, Salah, Firmino, and Rashford. To be fair, that's probably a more accurate representation of the team.
If we're going from the last 3 games, that's probably the team.
Well,
Konate's not played the last 3 games.
That's why I wanted to do that one because it was nice arguments.
4-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-3-3s are both are.
Oh yeah, that's yours, but that one creates more arguments, which I wanted, which is great content.
Let me
To
ask
be,
you.
I say that Liverpool played 4-4-2 quite a bit at the start of the season, but when
And Man City played 4-4-2 quite a bit this season.
we played 4-4-2 against
Yeah.
Arsenal when we lost 3-2 when Trent was twerking. Man, our defense has been twerking.
Let me ask you guys a question, yeah? Casemiro, where do you rank him in the CDMs in the Prem?
Number 1.
Yeah. Well, this current
What?
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Number
that's
1.
me.
Yeah.
Rodri's great.
Yeah.
Rodri's great.
Number 1.
I
think
don't think
Rodri's better on the ball than Casemiro.
I don't think Rodri's even number 2.
Nah, that's going too far.
Thomas Partey.
Nah, that's going too far.
I know the allegations are mad, yeah, but so like, I won't say too much. But Partey has been a big factor to why Arsenal playing so well.
Yeah, but I still think Rodri's like his stats will back it up.
Yeah, but he's a cheater, man.
He's a great player, man.
I do like him, but I don't think. I think this season, I think Partey. Generally, I'd say Rodri, but
Yeah, Partey has been good.
I think Fabinho's drop off is absolutely fucking mental.
It's mad, isn't
because
it?
you'd say he was top 3.
Easy.
He was top 3 in the world.
Easy.
Like it was Casemiro,
Yeah.
Fabinho, and like Busquets were like your 3 that you'd say are top 3.
Nah, Busquets ain't been great for years, though.
Busquets is unreal even now.
I know he's great now, but for me, Rodri's been better than Busquets the last few years.
No way.
Yeah.
I can't agree.
100%.
I can't agree.
100%.
Busquets is the best DM we've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
Even now, he still plays DM for Barca with Pedro and Pedri and Gavi.
Yeah, he's good.
He's unbelievable to be doing that at that age.
He doesn't do what he used to do. Look at Spain in the World Cup, man. They put Rodri at centre.
Yeah, but that's a fuckery, man. How can you play Rodri and Laporte? Laporte got no minutes in the Prem,
Yeah,
and he played them 2 at the back. Didn't take Ramos.
I know.
Yeah,
True,
I think the World Cup was not a good showcase for what players are capable of.
Yeah.
Because even like Holland, like fucking Van Gaal was doing some madness playing Eric, what's his name, Daley Blind at left mid and shit, like
Yeah.
Cody Gakpo centre mid. Like, to be fair, he had a good tournament, but it was just I think the world, even like
Players, when a World Cup comes around, players always have a bit of a purple patch, don't they? And then they get
everyone's
a big
buzzing for it.
move.
Yeah,
and it doesn't work out.
everyone's buzzing
Yeah.
for it. What do you think of Enzo? Just quickly on that, because we've been raving about Enzo on the podcast like for since the World Cup. To be honest.
lot of money for a 6-month stint in Portugal playing for Benfica.
But the games he has, I know he got fucking smoked by Adeyemi yesterday.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the Adeyemi is rapid though.
He's
so
good. He's not a 6 though. He's not a 6.
He's a centre mid.
In a 4-3-3, you play him on the left side.
Yeah, I agree.
But he's decent. He's alright.
I think Chelsea made a mistake getting rid of Jorginho.
I don't think they made a mistake. But
without Kante, they can't. They should have got rid of him. They had to.
They've replaced Jorginho with a Jorginho in Enzo. Enzo's a bit more advanced though in his play style.
But he's wasted. He's wasted at the
he's wasted at
I agree.
position.
But I do think he's techie as fuck. Like,
he's good.
He's shown a lot. I think he's been quality. But what I can't understand about Chelsea, they spent like 600-700 million in January.
Yeah.
And they didn't buy a striker.
Exactly.
The whole time. Like,
but that's the thing.
Aubameyang's been outcasted, so they know they need a striker.
If you watch the last 2 games, they're struggling to score goals. Yeah. They're really struggling to score goals. They have all the possession, all the build-up. But as soon as it gets to the final,
that's why
they're struggling to score.
I low-key rate the Weghorst move. I low-key rate it because you identified that you needed a 9, just as someone that can even just get a bit more out of Rashford, and that's all it was. Like, it is. Yes, it's stinky to fucking have a Burnley player in on loan, but you lot have been doing that. You had like Igalo and all these guys. You've been doing that. Short-term fixes has been your thing, but I think I kind of rate it because Ten Hag's just been identifying problems and signing players for that problem. Like, we don't have a right winger, buy a right winger. We need a centre half, buy a centre half. Like. Even like Malacia's had one that we didn't really mention, but Malacia's had not a bad year. Yeah,
Malacia's been decent. I think obviously he's still young, he's still raw, and just as a backup option to Shaw, it's just a nice option to have.
Yeah, I just think he's like Lamptey. He's just too small.
Yeah,
like that's the only thing. Like Lamptey could be world class, but he's too small.
Right, I think we'll do a quick recap of the scores. So, cup final.
2-1 to United. Just.
You say 1-0 extra time.
1-0 in extra time, yeah. So 0-0 full time.
I don't think I said. I think it's gonna be a 3-2 game, but I don't know who to.
3-2. I don't think it's cup finals are normally
Newcastle
boring.
I know they can be boring cup finals, but
Newcastle have drawn a lot of games this season.
I'm gonna stick with 3-2, but I don't know who to. I want to say probably more United. Probably more United, but I'm going to go 3-2.
United will rise to the occasion because they've been there before. Newcastle, this is a big. This is their biggest game. The biggest game in the last.
The thing is, there's a lot of pressure on the Manchester United players to win. We lost the Europa League final under Oli. We lost a lot of semi-finals under Oli.
But I think the feeling's different going into this, though.
The feeling's different, but the pressure's still the same.
I think the pressure might be on from a fan's perspective because I feel like a lot of the players that lost them finals are gone, like Pogba and all these guys. Like
but then Shaw's been here since 2014.
Shaw's a specialist in losing finals, man.
Listen, you know what, Shaw. You know what's crazy about Shaw? Like, obviously he had that horrible leg break a few years ago. It took him a long time to get back over it. Yeah, but
I like him.
He's had so many injuries at Manchester United that Manchester United have somehow managed to win the Community Shield, FA Cup, and the Europa League. And Luke Shaw doesn't have a medal.
Yeah,
and yet he's been here since 2014.
Yeah.
Like, he's had no luck when it comes to the finals.
But to be fair, you know what? Sometimes, like, that actually is the problem. Like, the fact that you do get these players in your team sometimes, where you're better with them, but then in tournament football, like, which is what cups are, like even the Champions League and stuff, like, you have typically teams have a different team for the midweek fixtures, isn't it? So like, when Shaw doesn't play them, that's what will advance you. And the reason that you lose in the finals is because then you play Shaw, because it's like what you were saying about Wan-Bissaka. You change the winning formula, innit? You get to the final, you change it, and then you fucked it up.
Yeah, but I do think there's a lot of pressure on Manchester United. There's a lot of pressure because a lot of the players are gone, but you know, De Gea's still there, Rashford's still there, Martial's still there. So I think the pressure's still on. I
just think that you will win it, but I just don't. I just
so 2-1, 1-0, mad 3-2. Liverpool game, you say you want 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
Yeah, I said the 2-1 win Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. 5-0 Liverpool. No, joking. No, 5-0 United. This time round.
Salah loves stinking De Gea, man.
Oh man,
Salah embarrasses De Gea, to be fair. He makes De Gea look small. You know, I don't. Like, it's like was it Coutinho? Remember in that Europa League game where Coutinho chipped him on the front post?
Yeah.
Like De Gea looks small. Like he's a big goalkeeper.
De Gea often gets beaten at his near post far too often. To be fair, he's very flappy, and then doesn't cover himself in glory.
He tries to save a lot with his feet. I think that's his problem, isn't it?
That's been his problem since he came to United.
Yeah.
He's always been slightly undersized. He's 6'4", but he's always been slightly undersized. And then he's not great with his hands, but he's great with his feet.
Yeah. But then his distribution's a bit all over the place.
Yeah,
like for someone that's good with their feet, it's strange, isn't it?
Yeah,
he's a strange player, but he has been good. Yeah, I still think he's the best Spanish keeper around at the moment. Well, debatable. I quite like Sanchez from Brighton.
So I mean, probably leave it there for you two get into another argument and jump over each other. Oh, actually, we can do a quick score because obviously it's United Leicester on Sunday. It's just quick score predictions. That
will be a harder game
than Liverpool.
And then people, yeah. I think going into Liverpool, United will have a clear game plan on how they're going to play. With Leicester are so inconsistent this season. They beat Spurs 4-1, but then they could easily lose to United 4-0.
My score prediction is, I mean, whenever I speak about Leicester, we fucking do shit anyway. So, but I think it's going to be 2-1 United. I think we might score first.
Yeah.
And then, or we'll score, but then you'll get the winner.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or we'll score and then you'll score too. But I think it'll be 2-1 United.
I think it's going to be a tricky game. Honestly, I haven't really got
it's normally
prediction.
When Leicester and United play each other, it's normally a cracking game.
Yeah.
It normally is.
I think that when Leicester play two strikers, the Premier League's not used to having two strikers anymore. Yeah. So when you play like Iheanacho and Daka, Iheanacho and Vardy or whatever, Prem teams don't know how to defend against two strikers anymore. Yeah. So that's like, a lot of the time in European football as well, like especially like Spanish teams and that, they'll play two strikers. Yeah. And you'll see like I see it all the time where like I think Milan played two strikers against us. They played like Leao and Giroud. Yeah. And like Konate was fine dealing with it because he's been playing against like fullbacks with in the German league and that. Van Dijk didn't know who to fucking defend. Like, and he just ends up like being in that random space where like he doesn't need to be. And I feel like that's the problem.
Vardy ain't been on it at all this season, but he's still, it can be a pain in the arse. Yeah. He can still, he's not been on it. Everyone knows that, but he can still be a massive pain in the arse. But we'll see. No, I think 2-1 United, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1 United.
2-1 United as well. What do you reckon?
I think that game's got a 2-2 written on it for me.
I'll take a draw.
Yeah, I think.
I said tomorrow before you call says next two games I'll take 1 point or 2 points.
Who's your one after?
We've got Arsenal at home, so I literally I'll take 1 point or 2 points, two draws, something like that.
For me, I feel like the way that both teams are, sort of their form going into this, and I think that's this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then
United on Sunday, and then he's got he's got the final.
Yeah. So that I think you might have one eye on the final. I think that might be why you drop points, but
yeah.
I don't think it's a problem for you to drop points anyway.
You will
get top 4 this year. Yeah. I think that's one thing you didn't say actually when we asked you about your top 4. You mentioned your top 3. You didn't give us a 4th.
Yeah,
Newcastle.
Yeah. He said Man City, Arsenal, United, and Newcastle.
I think Newcastle. I think the wheels have fallen off already.
Yeah, I think I might be my fault. I jinxed it. I said they're going to go second.
When we did our predictions,
I went crazy. I went Man City will win it. Arsenal will drop off and they'll finish third, and then Newcastle will do a crazy one and go second. Well, I'll fuck that up for them. So yeah, it's my fault. But I think we'll end it there. It's been a good chat. Nice to see you two just go at it, and I'll just sit here and listen. It's nice and fun.
Let me ask you like the flop of the season.
Flop of the season.
Flop of the season.
Ooh.
For me, I already know who my flop of the season is.
Who?
Has to be Richarlison.
Oh yeah,
he's got no goals in it.
60 million.
Yeah. Oh, we picked the flop of the season. We did the thing before the season started. The winner
Yeah.
The winner, the flop,
someone said Richarlison.
I think I said Richarlison. I think we all said no.
I had a stinker on that because I said that Liverpool win the league, Salah be top goal scorer.
Yeah.
But the way that we made these predictions,
we'll find them
after the Community Shield.
Yeah.
That fucked me, man.
Yeah.
The Community Shield.
Yeah,
I can't remember who I said to win the league. I think I might have said Liverpool, but wrote down Man City.
Yeah.
But I did say Man City would struggle this season because they lost Fernandinho, Sterling, and Zinchenko. They lost key rotation guy.
Yeah.
You look at their bench now.
Calvin Phillips is not a good
Calvin
replacement.
Phillips, Cole Palmer.
Even that Alvarez is not.
Alvarez was looking good during the World Cup, and I was like, yeah, this guy's not going to stick around here for too long. With the goals he scored, he's come back. He's not been great. They haven't got that depth on the bench to come on and make a change. For me, Man City, they need to sign some.
We'll find them. What we did, we'll find them.
Yeah,
post it on the video.
Yeah.
But end it there. Cheers for watching. It's been fun.